Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about reflection. Reflection. What is mean by reflection? The bouncing back of the light rays is called reflection. That is, when a ray of light approaches a smooth surface, that is reflecting surface like plane mirror, water, etc., the light ray bounces back. It is called the reflection of light. This reflection involves two rays. One is incident ray and the other one is reflected ray. Incident ray. It is the light ray when it falls on the smooth surface like plane mirror. It will be written into the same medium. It is called as reflected ray. A normal line which is always perpendicular to the reflecting surface, which is used to measure angle of incidence and angle of reflection. Laws of reflection. There are two main laws of reflection. First law of reflection, incident ray, reflected ray and the normal line all lie in the same plane. That is, incident ray, reflected ray and the normal line. These three meet at the same point. This is the first law of reflection. The second law is angle of I is equal to angle of R. That is, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is the second law of reflection. Types of reflection. There are two types of reflection based on the reflecting surface. First one is regular reflection. Second one is irregular reflection. Regular reflection is otherwise called as specular reflection. Irregular reflection is otherwise called as diffuse reflection. Regular reflection. When a beam of light falls on the smooth surface, for example plane mirror, it gets reflected. The reflected rays always parallel to the incident rays. Here, angle of I is equal to angle of R. This reflection obey the second law of reflection. What is the second law of reflection? Angle of I is equal to angle of R. So, this reflection obey the second law of reflection. Irregular reflection. When a beam of light falls on the irregular surface, for example wood, the rays get reflected. The reflected rays are not parallel to the incident rays. Here, angle of I is not equal to angle of R. So, this reflection does not obey the second laws of reflection. Multiple reflection. Students, we know the mirror reflects the light and forms images. Okay. Instead of one mirror, if we fit two mirrors, how many images are formed? Depending upon the angle we choose, we can find number of unbroken reflections. You might have experienced after your haircut in the barber shop, the barber holds a plane mirror behind your head at different angles. What happens? There are multiple images are formed. There is a famous formula to find out the number of images formed when two plane mirrors are inclined in different angles. The formula for the number of images formed is n is equal to 360 degree upon theta minus 1. Here, theta means angle between two mirrors. Here, two plane mirrors are kept inclined at 120 degree. Only two images are formed. Here the mathematical proof. We know the formula n is equal to 360 degree by theta minus 1. Here theta is equal to 120 degree. So apply 120 in the formula, that is 360 by 120 minus 1. By dividing 360 by 120 we get 3. So 3 minus 1, 2 images are formed. Here two plane mirrors are kept inclined at 90 degree. So 3 images are formed. Use the same formula. Here theta is equal to 90 degree. So apply 90 in the formula. 360 by 90 minus 1. By dividing 360 by 90 we get 4. So 4 minus 1, 3 images are formed. Here two plane mirrors are kept inclined at 60 degree. So we get 5 images. Use the same formula. Here theta is equal to 60 degree. That is 360 by 60 minus 1. By dividing 360 by 60 we get 6. So 6 minus 1, 5 images are formed. Here two plane mirrors are kept inclined at 45 degree. So we get 7 images. Use the same formula. Here theta is equal to 45. So 360 by 45 minus 1. By dividing 360 by 45 we get 8. So 8 minus 1, 7 images. Here 7 images are formed. Kaleidoscope. It is a device which functions on the principle of multiple reflection of light to produce numerous pattern of images. It is a tube containing mirrors and pieces of colored glass or pebbles, creating beautiful pattern. As the viewer look at one end, light entering the other end. When we rotate the kaleidoscope, it will create colorful patterns due to the reflection of mirror. Let us learn about the working and construction of the kaleidoscope in detail. Kaleidoscope consists of two or more mirrors positioned at an angle. The objects like glass pieces, pebbles are kept at one end of the mirror and there is an eye hole at the other end. If we look through the eye hole in the kaleidoscope, the objects inside the kaleidoscope like pebbles, glass pieces are usually larger than the kaleidoscope tube. Periscope. It is an instrument which is based on the principle of law of reflection of light. Periscope allows the viewing of objects that are not in direct line of sight. A simple periscope consists of a long outer case with two mirrors at its end, which is fixed exactly at an angle of 45 degree. So they face each other. In the periscope, the light hits one mirror, it will be reflected into the other mirror and reaches our eye. Uses of periscope. It is used in warfare and navigation of the submarine. In military, it is used for pointing and firing guns from a bunker. Photographs of important places can be taken through periscopes without traversing restricted military regions. Fiber optical periscopes are used by doctors as endoscopes to view internal organs of the body.